Good morning from the Flying Can Ranch down here at Cedar Creek Lake, Texas. I'm going to do this video a little different. Was going to do it outside like I normally do, but we got some weather moving in. In fact, I was wanting to do several things today, but I might just do the tabletops today and then go on to the shooting videos on all of this tomorrow. And maybe my lady friend can help me out again. Like I said in the last video, she is not as familiar with pistols, and she gave it a really good shot, so I'm proud of her. What do we got today? Well, I ordered a little thing. I don't remember if I bid on it or if it was a buy it now thing, but I got it in the box. This nice little Walther. I believe that is the CPS Sport. And I'm going to try to do this without the overhead light on so we don't get blinded. But on the box, and I found something interesting on the gun itself. This is a 8-shot rotary magazine, 177 caliber. They say it comes in at about 1.47 pounds, pound and a half. Cut it. It's about 7 inches long. They say 7 inches long. The barrel is 3.3 inches long. Runs off of CO2, and they say it has a velocity of 360 feet per second. So that was interesting. So let's open it up. Let's see what's going on. We'll go over a couple of details because this also has a very interesting way to load the CO2. So we'll get up out of the box over here. In fact, I think I'm just going to move that box out of the way. And there you are, right there. It's a very interesting little gun. And one thing it doesn't mention on the box, there's your front, there's down your side. And it's got, you actually can adjust this sight via this little screw over here. For windage, I don't think you can do much for that on it now. You can't do anything for elevation, pretty much just windage. And they're just little white dot right there. Same thing if you can see it right there in the front. It's not fiber optic. They don't glow in the dark or any of that kind of cool stuff. And coming back around, this appears all metal here. The rest of it is a polymer. It feels kind of light in the hand to me. Now, again, I bought this used. I didn't have an instruction manual. So as we move forward, I'll show you a few things. So right here is your safety. And you can just click that forward. But when you want to disengage it, you have to push. There's a little sort of a button thing there on the side too. And it's not as easy as it looks, for me anyway. There it went. So, I don't know. I haven't tried it. See, it's kind of hard if you're just holding the gun. I really have to hold it in my hand and make it come back. So that's how that works right there. And then on the opposite side is how you get to your magazine. And I would highly suggest, this is what I ran into because I actually did it yesterday and it ticked me off, kind of, is this little lever right here. I like to cover that with my hand because when you flip that open, you can actually bounce the little rotary magazine out and onto the ground. Now, this claims it came on the box of 3 of these, but I only got 1. And there's a little gear side. You can kind of see it, and that's where you want to put your pellet into there nose down. I've never, ever used, this is really like a solid aluminum piece. So yeah, you're going to have to, flip this and just go nose down on the gear side. And then you can, of course, just drop it back in and just slide this back and make sure it's locked in. There you go. Again, I've never seen one of those made out of metal. We'll talk about its performance when we do the shooting video. But the one thing I did learn kind of quickly is I was just holding it like this, and I kind of cover that a little bit with my hand, and then I pop it, and that won't, flip out and go down the ground. It actually did it inside the house a couple of times. No, I wasn't shooting the house when I first got it. So down here on the grip, it's kind of smooth. I mean, it's marked good, but it's not a rubbery type thing. It's just it's kind of smooth, but it fits good. She liked it. She thought it fit good in her hand, and that's a big thing for me right there. If it doesn't feel like part of your natural extension, I've shot a lot of either pellet guns and real guns that excuse me, some of the rage, and I go to gun shows or whatever. I pick them up off the table. I had a Glendale police officer when I lived in Colorado tell me, when you pick that up from the table, if it just doesn't feel like a natural extension of your actual body, it's probably not for you. So it doesn't matter what the rage is or whatever. One thing I did notice on this, by the way, is I thought this was produced by Humorex, but if I was to look on the writing on this side of the gun, you probably won't be able to see it. Is it on this side? It's dark enough here, I probably won't be able to see it myself. Yeah, it's right up at the top in the white. It tells you that was made in Germany for a Crossman by Crossman. So, it's kind of interesting. I didn't know they did such things. Now let's get on to a very interesting part of it. Saw a lot of videos on this thing because I was thinking, well, how in the hell do you get the CO2 to load in this thing? And I'm going to show you very slowly. So if you look at the bottom of this, it's going to be very hard to see. But right here at the front of this trigger guard is sort of a divot. And that is what you're going to push. See how that divot comes down? And that your CO2 piece will come out. So I'm going to show you that again real close. Put your thumb slightly ahead and catch it right here. And see how that moves. So if you end up with one of these used, you'll know how to get that piece out. So this in itself is very interesting. Again, I've never seen anything like this. When you get this out, you really want to turn this butt piece clockwise till it stops. I'm going to say that again so there's no confusion. You're going to turn it clockwise until it stops. And inside there, you're going to see a little wheel. And unfortunately, I didn't bring one with me, but you're going to set your CO2 in there, and you're going to turn that little wheel upward, just like that, until it tightens. And then right when it gets tight, good and tight, you don't have to mash on it like with a pipe wrench. You're going to turn this counterclockwise, and you should hear a hiss, just a real quick hiss, and then get it straight, and that's how you get your CO2 into this piece right here. Again, as you know, this is not the magazine, this is just a CO2 holder. So again, we'll just go, clockwise around till it stops. Turn your wheel up until it locks, and then, turn it back counterclockwise till it stops. You'll feel a little pop as it goes in. It will go a little past, but that should be good. Same thing when you're done. You pretty much deplete your CO2. I would advise that you turn this clockwise, release the air a little bit, and then once that's done, you're going to dial this back to your left. So to tighten the CO2, you're going to turn it to your right, like so, and to get it out, you'll turn it to your left. So that's a very unusual, never seen anything like it before in my life type CO2 piece. And then once you got everything in, you reinsert it into the gun. Now, I had a problem a little bit yesterday with that not wanting to mount in real quick. Now, again, this is DA only, so you're going to have to squeeze the trigger for each shot. It's got a pretty good pull. I did notice right after we would reload the magazine, I might have to pop this open and shut it a few times. I don't know if it's because it's used or because this would lock up. And then eventually get it to go, and then you will just have to, and you'll get it right about where it's going to break. Hold it till you get your sight, and then click. It's a little challenging to shoot, and again, if the rain breaks off today, I'll try to get you a shooting video on it. I like this. It's got a little stippling right along the front here, sort of like the Glock. Again, I would have liked the barrel a little bit more recessed for that realism look. It was fun though. We went out and played with it yesterday. Her and I did, and I've got so many things I want to share with you today. That's why I said I think I'll do the tabletops today. Now, one thing I'd like to say is I don't think it feels near as heavy or as robust as the one that we had on the shooting video yesterday. This really, again, she likes the way it feels. This is a little bit more rubbery feeling by way of comparison. Of course, you've got the 20-round belt magazine that goes on the bottom of this. That was kind of make it a lot of fun to get it on when you got 20 shots off. One of my viewers, Mr. Gonzalez, she swears up and down that the Gamo P25 is a better gun. So, like I said yesterday, Mr. Gonzalez, you're on, because I have one coming. Might be here Monday. We'll set that up maybe for next weekend. Might just do a by-way comparison and see what's happening. So, but this feels very robust, very realistic, looks very realistic. This is much lighter. I don't know. I looked this up on Pyramid Air and I couldn't find it. I didn't look it up, or maybe I looked it up on, I looked it up on Air Gun Depot. So I don't know if it's still being manufactured. Again, this is just something I found on eBay, tricked up on it, thought it'd be cool, see something different, add something different to my collection. And so I hope I gave you as much information as I could on this, because I didn't have the book, so I was a little confused on how to get that CO2 piece out. I saw a guy do it, and I'm like, wow, how'd you do that? Because I was expecting a little button or something, because he said you can open it, and you can. You can actually, put your thumb over here or put your finger over here and just push it. So you can open, it's just one solid piece that moves, that moves right there. But again, you can do it with this finger, or you can reach over your thumb and do it that way. So now you know how that's done. So I want to share that with you, because I watched about 5 videos and I'd see them pop it out, but I didn't really catch how they did it till I really saw the one video where the guy had his thumb up there, and he said, well, you just go slightly ahead of the trigger guard. And then I got looking at it and I got it figured out. So of course, this was all on there. I wanted to share that with you. It's an interesting piece. I just like to collect air guns. I like various ones. I have shot it. It's a bit of a challenge. We did get the sights adjusted. Yeah, again, this is just windage only. And I really believe, after looking at this one, I stated on my one video that it was only good for elevation, but I disagree. I really believe this is just for windage, because I found some little screws on there. So I might experiment with it later on. If the rain does break, I am going to try to get you a shooting video of this. Just bear in mind it's probably about 55 degrees, so probably going to have a, because temperature affects the CO2s, maybe not have as much juice going on for it, but we'll see if we can put something together for you. So I know yesterday she was trying to bust a pickle bottle with that other one, and it just wasn't going to happen. She didn't have enough power to get the job done. So At any rate, I want to share that with you. That's how we do it at the Flying Can Ranch. And we will catch you later.